What's going on? Let's see. What up, Jerome? What up? What up? What up? What up, Tyson? Get all this stuff straight right quick, man. I be doing different things on different devices. But yeah, we on the tablet today. What up? I said Tyson Sports Cars. Okay, must be a new sub. I've seen you before. All about semis. What up? Showtime. The trucker. What's going on? It's Monday, man. So we getting a lot of information lately or today, especially today. Talking to different shippers and customers or whatnot, and I've been getting a lot of the same things or similar responses or answers. What up, Lee? DCR, what up? Leroy, what up? But we've been getting a lot of different. We've been getting a lot of the same responses and answers from shippers or even brokers too. Brokers that have dedicated lanes, but they're all saying things are not going to pick up till September. And I had to go live about this. I was going to take the screenshot, but we said no, we're just going to go live with it. And that might be critical. That might be a situation because when they say September, that goes into the holidays. September, especially like reefer, September, after Labor Day, then the next thing coming up is Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, you know, and then it's going to, kind of fade away a little bit in January, February. But when they said that September, I'm like, okay, so I was talking to the customer. I was talking to a particular customer I've been working on, and they said, and I told them I'm gonna check back with you probably around August to get things going. So when you're talking to customers and stuff, when they say certain things like a certain month, you might want to hit them up like a month in advance. That way you can get a head start on some of these different brokers trying to get the lane or different contractors trying to get the lane or whatever the case may be. But I've been working on this one particular one since well, I want to say like around like February, maybe January, February, somewhere around there. And they kept going back and forth with because they got their own truck. See, that's another thing when you're dealing with shippers, they got their own equipment. It's a little bit. I don't want to say more difficult, but it's always going to be a more. There's going to be a time where they got too much freight and they got to give it to owner operators or contractors or whatever you want to call it. So, like I said, I'll reach out to them probably about August, and I'm working with two different new customers. Um, this one particular one, I'm working in August, and then this other particular customer, they said similar. They said around September, October, and that's dealing with groceries. So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna give it a little time, maybe around August. I'll probably hit them around the same time to figure out what's going on, what's the update. What I do, this is what I do. This is what I do pretty much on a daily now is contact different customers, seeing what's going on. How can we provide? How can we get our foot in the door? Pretty much, whether it's one load, whether it's two loads, whether it's like a one load every week. something to get our foot in the door, you know, because that's what they want. They want to see what you can tell them, whatever you want to tell them, and they want to see it in action. They want to see how you moving. They want to see you picking up on time. They want to see you actually coming in early. They actually want to see you talking to them too. You can speak to people. They like stuff like that. What up, Will Burner? But these are the things that that I'm starting to see right now. What's going on with these customers, and that's just on my end. I don't know what's going on with any other locations, but here where I'm at, this is what I'm seeing. Like I said, once y'all start attacking these customers, you got to focus on a certain area or a particular lane that you like or that you want to do. Once you start looking at different things, it changes things. So what I'm doing is I'm focusing on local because right now that's what I do. I do a lot of local work now. Most of the guys over here are doing local work, and that's more appealing to to a lot of guys over here, and it's working out. It's working out. You know, eventually, maybe, and not to say maybe one day I might come into all local company. We don't know, but for right now, we focus on local. And a lot of stuff that come out of Virginia either stay in Virginia. Sometimes they might go to Maryland or something like that, but that's cool. See, but when I get stuff that's going to Maryland, I got to keep it open, which means I got to keep it a portion, you know, a portion place. You know what I'm saying? What up, DB? But that's critical, man. September. I said September. Okay, September. That's cool. You know, we got what we got right now with the counts. We cool with that. I had put a hold on owner operators. I actually opened up my truck. Actually, I found finally doing it, man. Finally doing it. It's been a while to think about it. I was going back and forth about it, but we're gonna put somebody on. I put somebody in my truck on this one account that opened up. I haven't put it on YouTube yet, but I have put it on my Facebook and my Instagram, and we'll put in my ZipRecruiter. So we'll put a guy in my truck or a girl in my truck on this one account I do have that is local. Bring somebody home every day. What up, Owen? What are you saying? A lot of guys like running close to home, like myself. Yeah, it like I said this in the video before, and it's back when I was doing what I was doing, coming in the game. It was more of a hustle mentality. I won't even, and, you know, I was thinking about local, but we had to get it. We had to figure out how to get local work. And now more than ever, what's going on right now that I'm seeing is you got owner operators that want to be home every day, but then they're coming up with these crazy numbers. Like, you know, and I did videos about it before, and I had rates cut back on me before, and but it still makes sense. But you got guys are saying, you know, owner operators, well, I want to be an owner operator. I want to pull drive in, and I want to make $7,000 a week. I'm like, okay, well, like, like you can't say you can't say you want to be an owner operator and be local and make $7,000 a week. I mean, not to say it's not out there, but it's a reach. It's a real reach. What up, Cassius King? What up, DIY? We got everybody in the building. But not to say it's not out there, but is in the market right now. It's a big reach. It's a reach. You know, back when I got my deal, you know, making the money, making the money that we was making, you know, you got to have it in the back of your head that, hey, at some point they're going to try to maybe scale back. They might try to be like, listen, hey, you've been with us for X amount of years. What we're seeing is that, hey, we might need to take some off the top a little bit. Okay, let's figure it out. There's customers where like, listen, they don't want no other carrier but this individual because you do such a good job or whatever. and they don't want to do no business with nobody else. But you have to create that foundation. You have to create that foundation, you know, and it's very hard, especially some of you guys that's getting customers and doing the one truck thing. The customers want you to grow. They want you to grow, you know, and once they start seeing you not trying to grow, then it comes an issue. Then you got other people coming in trying to, hey, we can offer this, we can offer that. And they're gonna start looking at that, you know. So that's why I be telling y'all, when y'all want to get customers, y'all want to get counts and stuff like that. If you're not looking to grow, they will look at other options, you know, that can handle the freight or can handle the load, the workload. And it's okay, and it happens. Um, Having customers is not for everybody. Um, it's okay to work with brokers that have dedicated freight, but you gotta you gotta put some type of hold on that, or if you will, you gotta put like a reasonable rate, you know, because you gotta think about the broker, they gotta get their cut first too. So you have to have some type of reasonable rate. Let me see. Go back on this. All about semi your clientele have to be up there in this market. Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of I get a lot of emails about dedicated freight to brokers and stuff like that. Um, like I said, all loads or all freight is not good freight. You know, I did a video years ago about a guy that told me, hey, we got this load going from, I think it was where is it at? I think it was Chesapeake, Virginia. I think it was Chesapeake, Virginia, going to Ohio. And he was trying to say, he put it in numbers, he put it in terms like a year contract. So when he sent me the contract, it said this will pay out $1 million. Okay, I'm like, okay, so pretty much what he want me to do is, or I don't know, he thought, you know, I was like dumb or something like that. Like I wasn't gonna break down the numbers. Once I start breaking down the numbers and I start factoring in the weight and the workload or and how many drivers I was gonna need for this operation, it didn't make sense. $1 million sounds cool, but when you break it down, it was going to be a situation where you're going to have a lot of breakdowns. It was heavy. It was going in the mountains. I believe it was going across. You had to go up Virginia, up 95, cut through DC, going up there near 70, and that's you had to cross over to what's that 68, 68, and once you factor in all those numbers in, it just didn't make sense. A lot of people would have jumped on it because it would have said $1 million. But if you don't break it down and figure out what's really going on, you're gonna have a lot of issues. That was just an example. But like I said, all freight, it's not good freight. Let me see, man, I'm about to keep 1099 lease. I'm about to keep 1099 leasing truck, lease stat, and open up my multi-service company back up and run field locally. Okay, Sniggle and Snap. Was it Sniggle and Straggle? Okay. What up, Victory Lap? You headed down to Richmond with 2 Teslas. Okay, you do auto transport. Yeah, customers not for everybody. But if y'all, like I said, if y'all want to get involved with having customers, cool. But just be prepared to, they want you to grow. They want you to grow. Now, if you can factor in the numbers that make sense and you can have these conversations with the customer, it's like, listen, I'm trying to grow. You're trying to build that foundation. That's what I do a lot. This is what I do a lot. I get these customers, I have these conversations with them, and I tell them what's my plan. I always tell them what's my plan, what's my goals. You know, if I can find a customer that I can build a foundation, I can build a foundation with, then we both win. You see what I'm saying? Everybody wins. They get their freight move. I get to grow my company. If the numbers make sense, either as a contractor or a company driver, everybody's happy. That's how you that's how you make sense. But sometimes you're gonna get customers that's just it's just one of those people that's like you can't work with because they just one of those people. I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes you get people where they're just hard headed, man. You know, all they think about is for self. You know, and it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna drop the link, man. We got some people in here, man. Y'all tap in. I'm just really, ever since I've been back from Colombia, man, I've been kind of still on vacation a little bit, in a sense. But we back at it for real. I'll probably be heading out soon again in a couple of weeks. But hit the link. Hit the link. Let's talk about it. I want to see what everybody's doing. How y'all moving now? I see a lot of videos. A lot of people still out here struggling. What you crying for, man? I see a lot of people struggling out here still on the videos. Let's see what y'all doing. Let's tap in. Like I said, I'm about to get this this link tree up and running. So y'all can tap in with me on a one-on-one more basis. Since I do have time now, we're gonna get that going. Let me see. How you doing out there, DIY and Cassius King? I see the videos with you, Cassius King. But how y'all doing out there? And all about semis, you too. Sounds like you had Columbia withdrawal. Shit, you might be, man. Man, you gotta think about Colombia is crazy, man. The money, the food, it's more healthy. I mean, it's just different, man. Third world country, man. It's different. If I had an option to live out Columbia and Richmond, Virginia, you already know where I'm going with that one. You're gonna need info on that LinkedIn deal. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do more of some consultations. I'm actually gonna get that going probably sometime this week, and I'll probably drop the link on YouTube if y'all want to tap in. We're gonna have a list of different things that, you know, if y'all click on it, we can talk about it. Hour consultations, 30-minute consultations, stuff like that. I should have been did it a while ago, but you know, be busy, man. You know, so we almost at the end of that. I got one truck to fill, and then I'll hold off for a little while. I'll hold off a little while. Right now, we're working on something right now. Well, potentially I could bring in probably about 2-3 more trucks, and we'll see what happens with that. Let me see. Doing pretty well. Last week was one of the best weeks out here so far. Cars are starting to move again. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I heard a lot of people was making money around what was that, Blitz Week? Y'all was making some money with Blitz Week. What up, Compton too? I forgot to see. I seen you, Compton, somewhere. But yeah, I heard a lot of people was making some money around Blitz Week, and then he was mad because it flipped again. It flipped again, man. That's how it be. That's how it be. That's how it be, man. Great place to retire for a single male with a little cash. Yeah, man. Like I said, I had a ball out there. I actually talked to a lot of Americans out there, but a lot of Americans that I did meet out there were, this one guy said something that was critical to me. He was like, man, it took me 40 years to get here. And I was like, man, that just dawned on me. Like, I keep replaying it back and back and back. It took me 40 years to get where I'm at. I'm like, man, 40 years. I was like, man, I don't want to wait 40 years to do that. And I was like, man, he took 40 years. I'm guessing he retired, and he moved out there or whatever. But he lived in Medellin. But he has a house in Medellin or apartment in Medellin. He also has an apartment in he was looking for an apartment in Cartagena. And he said what he said was sometimes he get tired of Medellin, he'll come to Cartagena. He'll go like back and forth or whatever he was doing. But I met him at the mall or whatever. You know, me and him was talking. But yeah, man. I'm looking at some property. I go back out there, but I'll be looking at properties out there too. Just like when I went to Cabo, I was looking at properties. Thailand, I gotta go to Thailand. Thailand's coming up. I said September, but I was talking to somebody about September, and they said it rains a lot in September. They said come in October. I said, all right, cool. So that might be the move in October. But let me see, Louis. What you say, Louis? Let's learn how to invest in the stock market. Option contacts and technology is paying off. Yeah, I'm not really too hip on the stock market like that. You know, I did a couple investments in the stock market maybe about 2 years ago. But nothing crazy. I did Bitcoin too. But nothing too crazy. Let me see. That's why you gotta learn how to look at your money and effort differently. But I do a whole segment on that face purple crime. Okay. Make sure y'all go check out All About Semis too. He's another carrier as well. Go sub to his channel. But these shippers, like I said, customers, shippers, accounts, you know, you really got to be on it with them. You really got to be on it. There's gonna be times where they're gonna try to scale back, but that's okay, because you'll get it back once the stuff start increasing, volume start increasing. But if they're saying that September it's gonna be a load increase, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Right now, what I got going on, I got like what I got 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts, 4 different accounts. Everything's spreaded. Everything is spreaded. Everything's spreaded. So I don't have all my eggs in one basket. One thing might do something good on this end. It might slow down, and I can take a drive and put them on this account until that other account picks back up. So I got different ways to keep the drivers going and making money. And I think that's probably the best way to do it. And then there was a time where everybody was putting all the eggs in Amazon. I never worked with Amazon. I still to this day never work with Amazon. I'm set up with them, but I just don't see like Amazon still sends you these emails where they want me to do yard jockey work. Like, yo, listen, I'm not doing yard jockey work. Like 8-hour shifts, and then it's like they want us to do 8 hours of work, like some yard jockey move for like $600. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. And it's a graveyard shift. I'm like, man, y'all keep sending me emails about this. Like, yo, that's crazy, yo. And people doing it, yo. To each his own. But I never done any Amazon work. Only time I did Amazon work is when it was like contracted out through a broker. And that was when I did a video about it. And I think I got like $1,000 for like 4 miles or something like that. But those times is over. Now that Amazon, they don't even like, it's kind of scammy now. Amazon giving work to brokers is a little scammy now because there's a lot of different things going on. But I'm good on Amazon. I'm sorry, but I don't even think I will mess with Amazon during peak season. Like, it's just too much foolery going on. But there's definitely more avenues out here. Definitely more ways to make money than Amazon. Like those days has been over. Meaning 40 years is too long. Yeah, 40 years is too long. Like I think the way he was saying was it took him 40 years to retire, 40 years to retire and to actually go to another country and move there, which You know, that's the mindset. I mean, speaking of his age, like he was like, I'm guessing he was in his maybe mid-50s, if I can guess, but or 50s or 60s or whatever the case may be. But I don't know exactly. We really didn't go in detail. He just said it took him 40 years to do this, and I was like, okay, well, I was like, yo, I'm not going to wait 40 years. If I want to move to a third world country, I'm gonna just go do it. I'm not gonna wait till I'm that age to do it. Let me see. No doubt, no doubt. All about. I really don't mess with the stock market too much. Uncertainty. I invest in real estate, man, guns. Okay. September sounds about right. Florida, ATL, Southeast. See, yeah, $1,000 for 8 hours. Yeah, it's like $600, yo. It was like, I live in Richmond. They wanted me to go. They wanted me to go all the way out there to the beach area, and I get these emails like every day. I get these emails like every day. It's like, and they send these emails like midnight, 1 a.m. or something crazy. I'm like, man, I wake up to these emails. I'm like, why y'all keep sending me these emails? Like, I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, it's just crazy. I wouldn't even tell a driver about it. It's pointless. Why would I leave Richmond and drive 90 miles to Amazon to do a yard jockey move for 8 hours on a graveyard shift? It's like I said, people are not paying. They're not paying for your time no more. They're not paying for nights. They're not paying for holdovers. They're not really trying to pay for detention no more. It's like they're coming in with this. This is what the rate is. We don't care about nothing else. So they might be like, listen, for a situation, for example, they might be like, we got this load picking up in Richmond going to Jessup, Maryland. It picks up 8 o'clock in the morning. It delivers next day at 8 a.m. All in rate 600. And you go in to tell them, listen, this is a holdover. It's at -10. It's summertime outside. It's 100 degrees. They're like, yo, this is all we got, $600. Take it or leave it. I'm telling y'all, man, that's what they be doing now. I was just on the load board just today, just to look at it or whatever, and I was like, yo, and I could show y'all, and I got my thing set up for Richmond, Virginia, going to only states are going to Virginia and Maryland, and if you look at it, even the loads that's just posted, like, listen, I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me see. There you go. Like, y'all can see it. These rates is crazy. Now, these ones that's in Williamsburg, I know that's beer loads. That's the only thing that's out here. Focus. There you go. It's beer loads. Williamsburg to Lynchburg, 2 dead areas. Lynchburg is dead. Like 165 miles, 550. Like, stop it. Yeah, you could probably take 460 to go to Lynchburg and all that, flatland and stuff like that, but 550, yo, that's crazy. And they just keep posting it. They just keep posting it. They need somebody to move it. Here go another one. Williamsburg, these are beer loads. These are all beer loads. What else? Newport News, President Marion, that's probably going to Aldi's right there. Garrison ain't been pumping this load since Friday. They can get nobody to move it. You cheap. It just, I already know where these places, like, I knew where all these stuff is going. It's Frederick, Maryland is Aldi's. Monrovia, that's Costco's. That's what I be talking about. Like, they can't play the game. It's like trying to hustle somebody. They already know the hustle. You can't do it. I already know where they're going. Costco lows pay. That's a fact. Aldi lows pay. That's a fact. Hit the link. I know the emails you're talking about. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I know you do Amazon, man. It's every day though. Like, yo, y'all still can't find a yard jockey yet. I don't get it. It's a little different in my area. Gotta find another way to make money. They don't care about your time. They don't. Times has changed. Like I said in Shannon's, I was in Shannon's live yesterday. Uh, this is the new normal. This is probably, or I said, this is probably the new normal. You're gonna have to learn how to adjust and adapt. And if you can't adjust and adapt, you might have to go back company or just get out trucking. Um, it is what it is. What up, Shape World? Yes, they do pay. Yeah, it is crazy. I don't understand why semis would take anything like this. I wouldn't take that with the hot shot. Yeah, it's crazy. But see, in Virginia, Virginia is different. You got a different breed out here. Like I said, man, you got guys just running around for 500, $400, $300, and they cool with that. But that's why I said when the rates was up, when times was good, we was working on trying to lock in things. I didn't know this was going to happen. But the way I think now is like, listen, I'm trying to lock in things. That way I'm not worried about the low boards. At some point you get tired of low boards. At some point you get tired of waking up every morning while you in the truck, getting on the low board, trying to find a load back to the crib. It gets old. So what do you gotta do? You gotta figure out how can you get something that's consistent, networking, talk to different people, figure out what they doing. Um, Going to these, like I said, there's a way where you can, they always talk about there's a way, open up your refrigerator, look at all the brands and call them. I've done that a couple times. Some will win, some wasn't. Um, like I said, I got contracts dealing with just going to get lunch. I think I went to this place one a couple of months ago. It was a hot dog place. And I never been there before, but it's a local hot dog place that's up the street from me. And I went in there, I got a hot dog or whatever, and I was asking who was the owner or whatever, and they was like, "Oh, he's the owner." So he was on the grill cooking hot dogs, and his son worked there. And we was just talking or whatever, and he was asking me what I do, and I was like, "Well, I'm in the trucking industry or whatever, and I used to work for Coca-Cola. I think I used to deliver there a long time ago." And he was like, "Oh, you in the trucking industry?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was asking me, "Hey, uh, we've been looking for somebody to move our product from Wisconsin to to Virginia because they get their hot dogs from Wisconsin." I think I've talked about it before. And then he was asking, "Did any of my trucks go out there?" I was like, "No, I don't got any trucks that go to Wisconsin and come back up here." But I told him, "Listen, I got a brokerage." And then I was like, "Well, how do you get the trucks inside this area?" Because it was a shopping area. He said, "Well, we got a storage, we got a warehouse that's up the street." And I was like, "Does it have a dock?" He was like, "Yeah, it got a dock." So I gave him my card or whatever, and I told him give me a call, whatever, when you need something moved, and we come up with a rate and negotiate. Things like that just happen. Sometimes you got to open your mouth, or just sometimes you got to talk to people, and some of y'all are not really. Some of y'all guys don't like to talk. So how you gonna be able to get freight or get contracts if you don't open your mouth? And I talked about the situation where I got the flowers, the nursery, where I just saw a box truck that was in my area, and I just called or whatever, and they said, yeah, give us a call back around when flower season is, which is March, and I gave them a call in March, and they brought me on, and I went down there where I took a tour of the facility, and the rest was history, pretty much. Um, think I answered that question. Vienna, Virginia to Richmond. Oh, hold on a second. Hey. Let's see. Vienna, Virginia to Richmond, 500 for 2 Teslas. Vienna, that's up there by I think that's up there by that Petro, I believe, on 81. Oh, it's Vienna over there in where's Vienna at? Where's that in Northern Virginia? Tripping. Yeah. Oh, that's Northern Virginia, my bad. Tripping. That's over there by Arlington. Was just out in VA Beach by yeah, the weather's crazy out here. I don't know what's going on. Yesterday it was cold, cloudy, rainy, in the 60s or whatever. The weather's just crazy out here. Here we go with all these phone calls. Whatever. But I don't think I'm gonna be on this live too much longer. We're getting too many phone calls. But yeah, man, if y'all got any questions, drop in the chat right quick so I can answer them. And we'll do. I still gotta do another live with Joe. Joe been calling me. Joe wants to tap in with you guys, so I'm gonna bring him on the YouTube. He wants to tap in. Hit Joe up. Get set up with your payroll. A lot of you guys need to get situated correctly. Like I said, don't don't do those transfers. Like I said, with the bank accounts into the personal account, get an actual payroll, and it's not expensive. It's really kind of cheap, especially if you're a one truck operation. The reefer rates, I just showed y'all the reefer rates. That was reefer. That was reefer right there. Power wash. That's reefer. That's all reefer. That's what the reefer is doing right now. That's what the reefer is doing. Let me see if I can update it. Yeah. That's what the reefer is doing right now. But that's not reefer. That's dry van. But that's all. Most of that's reefer, but everything coming out of Williamsburg, that's beer loads. So you know that can go on the reefer too, though. I stay away from the dry loads. Dry van just. I told y'all about dry van, man. This is exactly why I don't fool with dry van, because it's horrible. But if y'all, he says hazmat reefer. Is hazmat reefer worth it in this market? Is it better than general freight? Reefer's better. Reefer's better than dry van. Hazmat reefer though, when you talking about hazmat stuff, you gotta, as a carrier, you gotta have that insurance for it. So it doesn't matter if you got the endorsement. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you got the endorsement or not. If you're doing hazmat reefer, you got to have the insurance to do hazmat reefer, which is expensive. So if you don't do it, if you don't got no type of dedicated account doing it, then it's pointless. Because you trying to just pick hazmat reefer here and there off the spot, you wasting money. You wasting money. And I don't know how much it is, to be honest, but it's just, in my opinion, probably just not be worth it. Need a one-on-one call with you for business credit. Okay, okay. I'm gonna drop, like I said, let me get all that LinkedIn stuff. I gotta, draw it all up. I'm gonna do it this week, and then y'all probably see in the community section. I'll drop the link if y'all want to tap in. Y'all can tap in. But we got to get back to work. We got drivers calling me and dispatch calling me and stuff. So let me get back to work. And I just want to tap in with you guys. If y'all need to tap in with me via email, call me Cooley 804@gmail.com. Send the email and I'll get with you guys. But I'll catch y'all later. I mean, it is what it is at this point.